Getting them, we are getting them, honey. They can't hide no more. Look at that compartment on that trifling boat. They had a compartment, and a lot of people are alleging the body could have been stuffed in there. Press one if you believe these guys are so crafty and they are crooks. They could have hid the body in there. We also have to talk about the TikTokers because let me tell you something. They are exposing that adults was on that boat. And I want to know, do you guys agree? Press 5 if you believe that adults was on that boat, okay? And honey, it is so much stuff that we got to cover. And these TikTokers are really talking about the life jacket body cover. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about it? So, honey, I need y'all to get up in here because I got some stuff I need to say about this Nolan Wales case. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here and leave comments because I want to hear from you. All right. Now, let me tell you what's going on and what this is. A bunch of white kids and their parents unalived a black boy on the 4th of July. Do you guys agree with me? If you do, press 7. A bunch of white kids and their parents unalived the black boy on the 4th of July, covered him up with life jackets. And Mississippi is still trying to protect them like they own the damn state. And I need you to understand something before I go one more sentence further. I ain't using no soft words for this. I'm not saying allegedly. I ain't saying we need to wait for more information. The information is in the damn photos that got out here. The information is in the damn audio that we heard. The information is in the sky where Starlink logged every move they made. And when I tell you that I looked at a picture and I knew it, I knew that boat was not sinking. Press 8 if you knew that boat was not sinking. That boat wasn't sinking, y'all. That boy was, and and they say was standing right over him like he was a cooler they needed to cover up. That is what people on TikTok saying. People are TikTok saying is they were standing right over Nolan Wales, you know. And let me break this down for some slow people in the back. You got 4 boats on the water, and all 4 boats have not been accounted for. Everybody's relaxed, nobody in panicking, nobody in the water. And on the boat, on the back of one boat specifically, you got a pile of life jackets stacked up so high. Did y'all notice that? Press 3 if y'all noticed them life jackets. Man, on one boat, you have so many life jackets stacked up so high, stacked up like they were hiding something, y'all. Now, think about what they told us. They told us the boat was sinking, that the pump failed, that emergency call to Ceto, help, we dying out here. But look, but look at that. And I looked at it and I said, where is the hell is the damn water? Where is the distress? Why ain't nobody wearing a life jacket if the boat is going down? I tell you why. Because them life jackets wasn't for saving nobody, honey. Them life jackets were for hiding Nolan Wales' body. Hiding him. Woo! That is what TikTok users are saying. And then we heard the audio. We heard the CETO call, the federal emergency line, and in the background, clear as day. Don't let nobody tell y'all different. A girl says, can we cover him up? Did y'all hear that? Press 5 if you heard a female say, can we cover him up on that audio call? Him, not it. She said, can we cover him up? She didn't say, can we cover it up? She said, him, not it, not the boat, him. On an emergency call about a mechanic failure while they supposed to fighting for their life, you tell me You gonna sit up here and tell me when your boat is sinking and water is rushing in, you asking, can you cover him up? Or is that what you ask when you got a dead black child on your deck and the towboat coming with cameras and federal logs? Okay? That sounds about right, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. But wait, y'all, wait 1 minute. Because here's where these dumbasses fucked up and they cannot fix it. CETO don't play. When you make the emergency call, Starlink satellites logs your GPS coordinates automatically. Federal mandated. No delete button. No oopsie daisies, we forgot. The second that call connected, the government knew exactly where that boat was. Exactly. Timestamps locked in the sky. And Miss Christine, Nolan Wells' mom, God bless that woman, y'all. God bless her. Miss Christine, attorney, subpoenaed every single coordinate, every call, every dispatch record, every captain communication from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. on July the 4th, the whole window. So here is the question that GPS is about to answer for all of us. If they called CETO at 4:30 p.m. claiming they were sinking near Horn Island, but that satellite shows the boat moving toward the mainland while they still claiming Nolan was walking on the sand, what does that mean, y'all? Huh? It means they were hauling that boy back to the damn shore while they was on the phone pretending to be in distress. It means Nolan wasn't walking nowhere. I say that again. Nolan was not walking anywhere. It means they already had him and they called and then, hold on, then they canceled the call. Remember that? They canceled the call. Jerry, or whatever his mouthpiece called, the captain back and said, never mind, we handle it. What the hell did you handle? Handle what? Handle what? I want to know that. A sinking boat don't get handled in 25 minutes. Okay, a pump don't fix itself unless the problem was never the boat, unless the problem was what was on that boat. Hello. And they couldn't let Ceto show up with trained eyes who would look at that pile of life jackets and ask, what the hell is underneath that? A body, a body, Nolan Wells. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And a woman who lives on a goddamn boat broke down the pump for anybody who still got sense. She said a pump being off does not mean your boat is sinking. Hello? All boats get wet. The pump out of routine water, honey, normal wetness. If your boat is actually going down, you got a hole. You got a big old failure. You know what I'm saying? You don't calmly call for damn help. And when Warren was on the phone, he sounded like he had attitude. Then you cancel the help and pose for pictures with mountain on life jackets on your deck. Anybody who knows boats knows that the pump story was just a cover up. It was an alibi. And do y'all agree with that? Press a 5 if that was nothing but an alibi. That was nothing but an alibi, y'all. Something they could put on paper to explain why they was out there. And then they snatched it back before the feds could show up and see the real problem, which was Nolan was dead on that damn boat. But here's what keeps me up. Here's what makes me record when I should be sleeping. I looked at that photo and I saw adults. Did y'all see adults on those photos? Press a 3 if you saw adults on those photos. Grown ass white men and women not just kids, not just boys will be boys. I'm talking about parents. I'm talking about boat owners, people with connections to judges, people with connections to the DA, people who know how to disconnect a GPS. Ding dong. People who know how to wash DNA off a hole at 3 o'clock in the morning. People who know how to call the governor and make sure the autopsy says accidental drowning instead of what it really was. Kids don't do that. Kids don't think that far ahead, y'all. Kids don't know how to coordinate or cover up with law enforcement. Guess who does? Adults do. Grown-ups do. White adults with power do it because they do it all the time. Every single one of them needs to be sitting in a goddamn cell next to them boys. Every single one of them. Do y'all agree with me? Press a one if you feel like these parents need to be in jail too. Honey, they thought they were smart. Yes, they did. They thought disconnecting the GPS would erase where they went, y'all. They thought washing the boat, remember they was washing that boat at 3 o'clock in the morning, would get the DNA off. They thought piling life jackets on top of a black child would hide him from God. But God sees everything, don't he? God don't sleep, and God don't forgive cowards who unalive a child, then smile for pictures on the damn water. Okay? They forgot who they was dealing with, y'all. They forgot that Starlink, don't forget. They forgot that a mother who lost her baby don't negotiate. She don't stop, and she damn sure don't forgive. So, honey, I'm going to say this slow so the racists in the back can understand me. If you was on that boat, if you helped cover it up, if you canceled that CETO call, if you washed that boat in the damn dark, if you signed off on a fake autopsy, if you told Brandon Tatum what to say on his platform, if you got the governor on speed dial, I don't care who you are. I don't care what badge you wear. I don't care how much money your daddy got. The satellite got your coordinates, nigga. Okay? The audio got your voice. And the subpoenas got your name. And Miss Christine, Nolan Wells' mama, honey, she coming for all of y'all. Every last one of y'all. Honey, keep your eyes on this, everybody. Don't let them change the subject. Don't let them, honey, don't let them make you forget. Because if they can do this to Nolan on the 4th of July in front of witnesses with pictures with adults helping, they can do it to our kids. And you know they will, unless we burn their whole operation down to the ground. And if you with me, press an 8. I need to know if y'all with me on this. If you with me, press an 8, baby, okay? Press an 8 and get these likes up. And I'm not done. Can we talk about, they thought the CETO subpoena was the worst of it all. They thought if they could just survive Nolan Wells' mama asking for some boat records, they would ride this out until the news cycle moved on. Until the news cycle, you understand? The news cycle moved on. They thought that David news would definitely be a distraction. Remember that? Nah, baby, we stand on this. Honey, they forgot about the phones. And when I tell you that subpoena Facebook, they're going to subpoena that Instagram, that WhatsApp app, Life 360, that Snapchat and TikTok is the kill shot, y'all. I need you to understand exactly what these dumbasses is already dead, okay? They just don't know it yet. It's already gone, baby. It's over. See, here's what these kids and their parents don't understand about the internet they grew up on. They think delete means gone. Okay? They think if you clear your chat, if you reset your phone, if you get a new number, that the evidence just poofs in the air. No Life 360. That's what they think. That the app they use to track each other like they're in some family cult, that's going to save everything. Every route, every stop, it's going to save it all. Every time that car paused for 10 minutes in a spot that ain't on the way home, yes, it's going to save it all. Snapchat, honey, them snaps don't disappear. The messages sit on that damn server. That WhatsApp app, let me tell you about that. Them group chats with the parents coordinating what lie to tell next, it's going to save that. That Facebook, that mama posting about her baby being traumatized while she was helping wash blood off a boat at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's all going to be there. And Nolan Wells' mama attorney just ordered all of it. Every bite, every pain, every message they thought they ass was going to erase. But let me tell you what I think happened. Not what sources say, not what reports suggest. What I know happened based on the evidence they left like breadcrumbs for a blind man to follow. They got Nolan on that island. Something happened. A fight, an attack, a group of white boys and their parents decided that a black child didn't belong on those waters. And Nolan ended up hurt, y'all. Bad. Maybe dead already. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe not. But they made a decision right then not to call 911, not to get help. They made that decision. They decided to hide him. They laid him on that back of that boat and they covered him up with them damn life jackets. And the same ones y'all see in that photo piled up high, everybody standing around looking at what they did. Then they called the sea tow. Not because the boat was sinking, because they needed a damn paper trail. They needed an alibi. A reason to be on federal radar. So when somebody asks, where was you at 4:30? They could point to a distress call and say, hey, we was dying out there. We needed help. Hell. But then they canceled it. Because if Cito actually showed up with them cameras and logged and trained and put all that in there, honey, game over. The game would have been over right there, right? The captain would have seen that blood, would have seen all that pile, would have heard the panic in their voice that don't match no mechanical failure. And they would have caught on to everything, honey. So they got told part way, or maybe they got the boat running themselves. And they came back to shore. They dropped off the kids who didn't know everything, the ones who was just there to party and didn't see the worst of it. Then the adults, the parents, the boat owners, the people with something to lose. They took that boat back out, GPS disconnected, phones left at home, no digital trail. They went back to that island or somewhere near and they dumped that baby's body. They dumped him like he was trash, y'all. Like he was nothing. Like he wasn't somebody's child. Like he wasn't somebody's whole world, you see. And then this is the part that makes me want to just burn something down. I ain't gonna lie. They came back and they washed that boat at 3 o'clock in the morning, scrubbing the DA off the deck, scrubbing evidence off of it, thinking water and bleach will wash away what God already saw. God knows everything, y'all. You cannot hide nothing from God. You cannot hide nothing from God. But here's what they didn't count on. They did not count on Starlink logging coordinates. They thought they erased. They did not count on Cito keeping audio of that. Cover him up. Remember that? Cover him up, audio slip. They didn't count on a mother who don't sleep, who don't eat, who wakes up every morning with one mission: destroy every single person who touched her son. And they damn sure didn't count on us. Hello, y'all. They didn't count on us, right? Because we don't forget. Yeah, we don't move. We don't let Mississippi bury another black child and call it a damn accident. Okay? And I need y'all to understand something. This ain't just some kids who panic. This is a machine. Brandon Tatum, that cop turned YouTuber who been running his mouth about let's wait for the facts. Let's wait for the facts. He in on this too. He's in on this too. Make no mistake about it. Press 3 if you believe that Brandon Tatum is in on this too. He in on it too. He know what happened. He been coordinating the narrative. The DA who released that letter on Nolan's birthday, on his damn birthday, y'all, trying to mess with Nolan Wells' mama head, trying to break her spirit. She's in this too, y'all. Yeah, she's in this too. The judge who let them walk around free for weeks while they washed evidence and got stories straight. He's in on this too. The coroner who signed off accidental drowning when the body didn't even match the water, when the injuries didn't even match the damn story. Guess what? He's in on this too. The governor who ain't said a word because he know who daddy on what boat service, whose mama sits on what board. He's in on this too. And let's not forget about them Turning Point USA connections. Did y'all forget about that? Turning Point USA connections, the white nationalist organization that been infiltrating law enforcement and politics down there. Guess what? They in on this too. This ain't 4 boys on a boat. Honey, this is a whole agenda right here. This is a whole thing. This is an infrastructure, okay? This is what happens when white supremacy, they got money, white supremacy got badges, the white supremacy got judges, and honey, and got the audacity to unalive a child on a national holiday and think the system they bought will protect them. But the system is cracking. I can smell it. Y'all smell that? I smell some cracks. It's cracking. And you know how I know? Because the walls are closing in. You got subpoenas flying at CETO, at the Marine, at every social media platform. You got the internet zooming into the photos that was supposed to be the vacation memories and finding crime scenes instead. You got that old man, I don't care what nobody say. That man either saw something or he knows somebody who did. Laying out the whole timeline. I'm talking about the life jackets. I'm talking about the tow, the drop off, the GPS connection, the 3 a.m. wash, the boat wash. You got people who was there that day starting to realize accessory to murder don't care if you were just standing on the boat. Accessory to murder do not care if your daddy told you to keep your mouth shut. Accessory to murder got a sale with your name on it. And one of them kids, one of them parents, one of them bystanders who saw too much is gonna flip. Mark my words. They're gonna realize that loyalty to some boat club and some judge's golf buddy ain't worth 25 to life. And when they flip, the whole machine gonna come down. The DA, the judge, the coroner, the governor, Brandon Tatum, every single adult who helped them boys cover up a murder of Nolan Wells. Mark my words here. Mark my words. I'm not lying. Mississippi think they can run out the clock. They think if they stall long enough, if they muddy the water enough, if they let Brandon Tatum and them keep lying on the internet, that we're going to get tired. That we're going to move on to the next strategy. That's what they're thinking. That's what they're betting on. Honey, we don't move. Not this time. Not Nolan. Not a child unalive on the 4th of July while grown white adults help hide his body and wash the evidence away. We don't forget that. We do not forget that. And we ain't going to forgive it either, honey. We don't stop until every last one of them are in chains. Are you with me? Press 7 if you agree. So, honey, here's what we're going to do. Here's what you take from this. Carry into your own life. If they can do this to Nolan on a holiday with pictures, with adults helping, with the whole internet watching, they can do it to our kids too. And you know they will. Unless you see the machine for what it is. Unless you understand that the police, the DA, the judge, the coroner, the governor, and these small towns ain't working for justice. They're not working for justice, damn it. They're working for each other. They're working for the boat clubs. They're working for the country clubs. And the people who look like them, that is who they're working for. And the only thing that stops them is us, is you, is me, is Miss Christine not sleeping until she burns the whole town down. Do you hear what I'm saying? Keep your eyes on this, y'all. Don't let them change the subject. Don't let them make you forget, because Nolan Wells deserves more than a damn hashtag. He deserves more than a prayer. He deserves a reckoning, and that reckoning is coming. Believe that. Believe that.